Hi, this is Santiago Zapata, and today I'm going to be working on an entry I'm doing for the Cultural Heritage Game Jam with some friends. Uh, so yeah, the idea is to share a little bit of what we have done so far and what we are doing, and well, invest a little bit of work. This jam ends on next Monday, so we're a bit short on time. And what we are doing, we're creating a game that simulates or shows a little bit of how the Muisca uh, society worked in small communities around well, in this case, or at least what we are focusing on is on the farming aspects of it. So yeah, the game is called Miskamui, at least for now. And it's a little kind of tycoon game where you have your community and you gotta decide how to better spend your resources. The goal of the game, at least for now, because things are always changing in a game jam, is to prepare for a big celebration and survive. So what you do is you allocate your people, or these some of this hard work is still temporary. You allocate your people into the areas of around the community, and well, depending on the area, they do different things. So, for example, these guys are working on an area that's a riverbank, and they're going to create an irrigation, and so that takes them 5 days, depending on how many people you allocate. It may take less days, up to a certain limit, and then you hold on a second. I'm going to share this. I always forget to share. Um, and depending on the type of, so for example, next to the river, well, you're going to be creating farms. Um, but further inland, you can build stuff. So for example, let's allocate some people here to build a forge, because that's going to be one of the things we need to do. Um, Hold on a second, I'm just sharing this on Twitter because I always forget. Cultural Heritage Game Jam entry. This is Unity coding. All right. So then you click on next day and the simulation kicks in. Every day you consume some food, so you need to build some sources of food quick. And here we are. So the irrigation has been created. We don't have enough wood to continue working on this temple, on this forge, sorry. So we need to put some people into the forest to get some food. There's some wood, sorry. Then we continue working in the temple, but we run out of wood again. So we're going to need some wood. Anyways, I don't want to dive a lot into what the game is because it's still unfinished. We're going to go straight into coding. So yeah, we're going to implement next is the effects of the temples and the favor with the gods, um, and that's going to influence the events, which is the part that we're going to be working on afterwards, right? So let's go into that. We got some idea that the team has been discussing, and yeah, of course, this is just a live coding session. This is not like a official presentation of the project or anything like that. I will do that afterward and to share like what the team is. But for now, let's just work on it. So these effects are going to be triggered. The first thing I'm going to do is change this spirit to favor, which is like the way that we are referring to it right now. So I'm going to do that both in the code and also in the UI. Spirit is no longer spirit. It's going to be called. Um, Actually, we are not yet tracking it. Okay, so I'm going to add that to the model. The model right now is a class, a C# class, which has this. And of course, everything is pretty hacked because we're working a game jam mode. Um, so focusing on making this work. So favor is going to be 20, and then here when we update the stats, we're going to pick it from the model, and right. Then this is not going to be called spirit label, but rather favor label. And in here we're going to fix that. And then, of course, we're going to need to update the references here because that's no longer how it's named. We go to the HUD. Inside the HUD, we're going to also rename this to favor. Oh, sorry, that's inside here. Always gotta be very careful in Unity to edit the prefabs directly instead of adding overrides when it's not intended. Favor, and then we link them in the HUD script. Favor label is going to be this one. Okay, it's rewired now. We're only missing changing the actual text of the favor label to favor instead of spirit. And let's run. And uh, we got here 20 because we selected the wrong one. Here in the HUD, we need to set the favor value, not the favor label. Right, so it's renamed now to favor. Another thing that we're going to do is it's going to go down every day, just like naturally. The idea here is that you need to keep doing offers to the gods in order to keep favor with them. They are like exchanging their favor with you in order for the nature to work and the crops to continue growing. So yeah, the way we do that is we got this model class and we have a next day function here, and here is where we consume the food, but we are also going to spend favor, and we're just going to for now do something very simple. We just reduce 5 of favor every day. um, okay. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to add some way to increase the favor. So the plan that we have is you gotta build the temple here. Um, there's already support for building stuff. Um, so for example, we could build the temple here. That's going to take 17 days. But first, let's get enough wood in these places. Yes, 170 should be enough. And then we put all these people to work in the temple. So it's going to be done in 6 days. So the temples for this civilization, the Muisca culture, were not like grandiose stone temples or anything like that. They were like very similar to the other houses, but they had like a different meaning. All right, so the temple is built, and right now you cannot do anything. So what we're going to do is add it a hook, so that in addition, well, right now when you create a forge right now, so let's do that. The forges do have an option. Again, let's get some wood. These are forests. All this art is placeholder, of course. And let's build a forge. So when you build a forge, you can craft stuff. Well, we're going to do something similar to the temple so that when you build the temple, you can do offers. And those offers, some of them will increase the favor, and some others will spend the favor in exchange for something. So they are not really offers. I guess you could divide them between offers and asks. I don't know how to say that in English, but just asking the gods for something to happen. So let's do that. We're going to replicate what we already have for the forge. So let's see where that is. So we got the foundry panel. We're going to locate it here in the prefabs, and we're going to duplicate that foundry panel into the but Unity doesn't let us duplicate prefabs that quick. So we're going to go to have to do that on the Explorer, and we're going to call it temple panel. Temple panel, here it is. And the temple panel, it's going to have different options. So we have got some prefabs here, prefab hierarchy called the craft hierarchy. Let's duplicate that. And again, Unity doesn't let us do that, so we do that here on the Explorer, and it's going to be called temple options. Temple options. I'm going to remove all these variants. Base temple option. And if we open that, this is it. So we're going to, for now, put some placeholder images here. But well, it's not important here. So each one of these options is going to be it's going to have an image, of course, and a description, but also a cost or it's like the cost of using that option. Hello K, this is a game that we're doing for a game jam, so it's yet another new project, but it's short, so hopefully it won't distract me a lot from the other projects. But we decided to jump into it. And again, I will talk more about what the actual game is soon and the team that work, but today we're just coding. All right. So let's coming back to this. Let's put an example here. So offer food is going to be the title, and it's going to give us I don't know 100 favor in exchange for 50 food. Yeah. Um, and let's change this icon for something different. Like let's use this one, and again, these are placeholders. I'm going to just download this one, put it on the project directory, and the sprites, and this is a temp food offer, and let's use it here in the image. Okay, but in any case, this is just the base option. So here, let's change this to bonus, and let's change this to cost. And that's it. This also has a script. Well, I don't see any script attached to this. No script. Okay, it's just a layout. There's no behavior associated with this prefab. Thank you. Got the message from KNSD. And yeah, sure, we're going to have something to show up for this pretty soon. So keep looking at our channels, and you're probably going to see the end result. All right. So we got these prefabs, and we're going to create a prefab variant for this, and this is going to be the offer food temple option. And actually, we're going to keep all these. And the other things that we had, I have to check the notes that I got with my team. Let me check that pretty quick. So, ask for a good harvest and prevent bad weather. Let's create them. So we create a new prefab variant, and for this variant, where is it? Here. It's going to be ask for good weather. Edit the text here. And that's going to cost, no, maybe 20 favor. And there's the bonus is going to be a good weather. I don't know. I'm just making things on the way here. Let's no, not truncate overflow raw, but let's not best fit no. I'm going to add yeah, let's do that. Let's add a vertical here on the base template, base template option. We're going to add an empty pile. In the pile, we're going to put the name, the bonus, and the cost, and we're going to make this a vertical layout group so that they stack, and that's going to be here. There's already a vertical layout group here. Oh, so interesting. Okay, but it's not controlling the height of the child. No, let's undo this, delete this pile. We're good here, but we're going to make this control also the height. That did not work well. I wonder why. Okay, don't control the height. But it's already, Unity does this sometimes. So for some reason the default height of these guys went crazy when we changed that. I don't think we're going to have to create a layout group option for each one of these. Maybe it's a glitch. Like it's going to recalculate the good. I remember the problem here was that if we look at some of the other variants that we have, like the area info, it has a pile with a vertical layout group, controlling width and height. No, it's fine. I don't know what's happening here. Anyways, that's something that I just wanted to do for things to change. I mean, when there's a word wrap, things to work better. And here we've got, I don't know why that's happening. It's not doing a good job of stacking stuff. All right, let's not make this more complicated than it has to be. Crap. I don't know why it's going like that. And I don't have time to check into that, so let's just keep it the way it was. I don't like this. If we look at the other spacecraft, this 100, and this is working fine. So why not for the other one? Completely. This is just the magic of Unity. Wait. Oh, well, this is the way the other one is as well. Yeah, it's not controlling the height. Okay, and this is 20, and the other one is 1761. Let's just replicate that. 20 height here, just for a consistent look. Okay, so we're not going to have word wrap for now. Let's go back to the temple option of ask for better weather. And now what happened here? Why? Okay, so there was an override here. I hate override on Unity, especially when Unity introduces them randomly, which is very often. Never put that override here. Just did it on hit sound. I hate that. Right, let's stop complaining. And the other option that we're going to add for the temple initially is prevent bad weather. No, ask for a good harvest. Okay, so that's different. What we're going to intend to do with that is expect these crops to or the farms to yield more food. Ask good harvest, and it's going to cost let's say 200 favor. No, that's the bonus is going to be 10% chance increase. I don't know. And the cost is going to be 50 favor. This is all going to change. This is just like a foundation work, but all these numbers are going to change. All right, so we got the base temple options now. We got the temple panel. In this temple panel, we are going to place these three instances of these three temple options. So the first one is going to be offer food, then ask for good harvest, and then ask for good weather. Then I'm just doing some random Google image searches here. But you know what? That's going to change anyways. I mean, we're probably going to be adding some of our illustrations here instead of random photos from the internet. But yeah, let's use another one for bad weather. Bad weather. Ask for good harvest, ask for good weather. And in here, we're going to replace this with this bad weather thing. And let's check again the prefab that we're doing. Temple panel. There it is. I'm tempted to change the offer food. Yeah, but I also don't want to. Let's leave it like this for now. I'm going to put this one in the middle just so that they are not like one to the side of the other. This one seems to be spilling a little bit for some reason, which I don't understand. But yeah, whatever. All right, then we also need an option to do offers, which will be similar to this craft metal work option. So we're going to again go to the area info, prefab, and add a new button for make offers, offers button. And we're going to change the text for this to make offer. And we are going to add another the area info. That's not the name, selected area script. We're going to add a method here to handle the offers button. Click and open offers on this linked area. I'm just replicating like everything that is already working for the crafts. We're hooking all the panels in this mono behavior. This is, as I mentioned again, something quick and dirty to make things work. Offers panel. Let's see, what are we missing? Offers panel. We need to create a class as well. So we got the foundry panel here on the components area. Okay, it's still here. Let's create a new class for the offers panel. We're going to copy what we already have for the foundry panel. It should not be much. Yeah, it's not much. Let's put that here in the offers panel. Name that. Open this is still the same. Make offer, then offer ID, and make offer. We put this on the area class. All right. Let's add make offer to the area. We compile so that it finds this new class. Area doesn't contain a definition for make offer. That's in the offers panel class. Uppercase M because of C#. The other thing we need to do is like hook this new panel into the singleton on this scene. So we need to, well, we don't even have an instance of it right now. So we add an instance of the temple panel. That's the way I called it. And it's going to be disabled by default. And let's go inside the prefab and edit it so that it's going to have a offers panel script. Remove this foundry panel script, and we're going to wire this so that these buttons inside the each option are calling make offer food. No, sorry. Make offer for water and make offer for harvest. And now that these are wired, we set up this temple panel inside this hook. So here offers panel is going to be temple panel. I'm like changing the words, but anyways, so it starts disabled. And let's check back. We got everything set up correctly. So on the HUD, we have this where is it? Area info. And inside the area info, we got the offers button, and it's calling the offers button click. Fixed now. The other thing we need to do is change the rules for this button to be visible, and it's only going to be visible if we are selecting an area that is a temple. So again, this is a logic that is similar to what we have on for the craft. So we're going to have a Boolean flag here for the offers button, and then thanks to the strongly typed nature of C#, it's going to start yelling everywhere, and we are going to Now where we need to change stuff. So first one here, can craft, can build, can offer. And we need also that here, can craft, can build, can craft, and offer. So like the Boolean flags controlling the visibility of these buttons, then it's going to yell here, can build, can craft, can offer, and can offer is going to be, you can only offer if the building is a temple. And there's actually no other condition because the offers are like immediate, so that's pretty simple. Can offer is going to be here. All right, that should be it. Now we need a way to test this very quickly. So we're going to initially override this check. That means that in any area we will be able to make an offer. Just like this, let's check how everything is working correct right now. We go back to the main scene. There's an error here. I wonder how real it is. Probably not very real. We dismiss that. Run. Here we are. And craft. Probably forgot to change the name. Don't think so. Well, it opened the offers window, so we also forgot to wire this. Again, this is normal. So we got to the HUD, we got to the area info, we checked the offers button here. We forgot to rename this, and we also forgot to wire the close button in the temple panel correctly. So we go here. Let's check this close button. What happened there? No wiring. Okay, we set the temple panel, offers panel, close. That should be it. And again, we test. And in any area we can make offer and it disappears and it's closable now. And we are making the offers as, yeah, here they are. Okay, good. So that's wired. Now we need to check the conditions. So we're going to do that here in the area class. We're going to switch over the offer ID. And if it's food, we do something. We got like three different offers right now. Food, weather, and forgot the other one. Harvest. For food, we check, do we have food? So if we got food, no, we don't have enough food, then we do something like, and now we need to put a message, an alert of sorts. And if that's the case, then we return, we kind of stop the flow of this thing. We're going to put that on the model as well. Model is like the static link bridge that we're using to interact between the game logic um, and the UI component. So show alert, we don't have enough food for the offering. This is going to be like the checks. No, we can actually implement all the logic here. Weather is going to need 50. Oh, this is not good. 50 favor, actually. Oh, this was not overridden. Okay. So weather is going to cost 50 favor. Harvest is going to be 100 favor, I think. Oh, 50 favor as well. Okay. Okay, and if we pass the check, then for model, well, for this one, we increase the favor 100 was it? I think. For the weather, well, we can implement logic to prevent bad weather. And for the harvest, we need to implement the logic to bring a better harvest. Maybe what we can do here is we can increase, we can go through all the farm areas and just increase the amount of food that the max food that they can yield, or we could go through the farms that are still haven't, like, I don't know how to call that, like given fruits, I guess, and make it so that they are kind of blessed and can bring more food. But that's going to come later. Initially, we're going to just have that one. And why is it yelling here? Unreachable. Show alert. Alright, so models, we're going to create the static method show alert, the message, and this one is going to just go to the model hook alert panel that open with that message. That doesn't exist yet. We need to create it. But we're just going to copy from the other. But it's going to be simpler, so let's do that right now. We go to the here. We're going to create another prefab based on the temple panel. We're going to copy that, but we cannot do that here on Unity. So we just do it here, temple panel prefab. We're going to call it alert panel prefab. There it is. We remove the option area. We move this button here. We make it a bit smaller. We keep the no-click mask, which probably moved a little bit when we scaled it. But did it change size? Probably not. No-click size 800 by 600. Right. No, let's do this. Let's just reduce the size of this. Crap. No. Reduce the size of this. Make sure this is the correct size and the correct position. This should actually be at the 0, 0 position. Okay. Background, the button is going to be here. The text of the button is going to be okay. And we're going to have an additional text for the message of the alert. It's going to be whitish. This is going to be centered horizontally and vertically. And that's it. That's the alert. And we're going to need a simple script. We're going to remove this script and add an alert panel script, which doesn't exist yet. It's having failed. Okay. Why did it fail? Oh, okay. Well, this is kind of a bug in Unity, I think, because of course it doesn't exist yet. I'm creating it. You are trying to replace or create a prefab that contains the script. No. Let's remove that script because that did not work well. Save. And then let's create that script again, alert panel. That already exists. Okay, so something went bad there. Alert panel, where are you? Alert panel is empty, I guess. Where is it? No, it's here. Anyways, we're going to remove this. We're going to make it so that it can contain Unity Engine UI elements, and it's going to be a public text alert text. Actually, we're going to copy some of the functions from the Foundry panel, the open and the close function. And the open function is going to take a string as a message. We're going to remove this. And we're going to set that message to the alert text and activate. This close, okay, that should be enough. Alert panel, let's start it back because for some reason it did not work first time, but what happens? For some reason it doesn't want to build. Let's add that here, modal hook, alert panel. You want to build? No problems now, okay. Okay, will you let me add the alert panel now? Script here, alert panel, okay, there it is. You will hook the text, this text. Here, the close button, let's see if it's hooked already. It's not, so we put it here. Hook that to the alert panel.close. That should be enough. And then we add an instance of it here. The prefab alert panel, put it here. And we hide it. And we, oh, I'm gonna play mode, crap. Again, alert panel goes here, hidden, and wire to the model hook. Alert panel is here. That should be enough. Let's play again. And let's try making an offer. Probably we need to update the UI as well because this is not a reactive app. And now it should not let us. Oh well, I don't know what happened there. It doesn't seem to be working very well. Let's see. When the area class makes an offer, why is it happening? Oh, break. The brakes are misplaced. That is fixed now. Okay, build. Stop this. Run again. Make offer. Create. And again. And this the little letters. Okay. And it's still making the offers. So it's not expanding the food, it seems, because I did not add that. So we need to add that. Expand the food here, and expand the favor here, and here. And I need to set this to use tabs, because tabs is the right way to indent stuff, and there's no talking about that. Let's move this thing here. Let's re-indent this. I forgot the what was the charcuterie format. I used so many IDEs. I cannot find it. I forgot. No, this is the files. This is the tools. This should be it. E. T for indent. No, this is for symbols. I. Oh. Nah, crap. I forgot. I forgot how to. Maybe this will do. Yeah, it kind of did, but it did this horrible thing. Okay. That's better than nothing, I guess. Okay. All right, but we also need to make sure that the bar is updated. So we're going to call update bar here. Well, actually, does that? I don't know if this updates the stats at the top. I don't think it does. I wonder where they are updated. Like, in order to know that, we can check the modal hook, the references to this. Update from model is called when awake, and also next day click. We also need that to happen here, so we go to the where was it? Area class. And here now we don't need to update the bar. We need to update the stats panel from the model hook. Update stats. We're going to add that as well to the model class. Update stats. Again, because this is not a reactive app, update stats. Well, then we need to manually keep in mind what components needs to be updated when something happens on the game. If it was a reactive app, it would be a different story. Update from model. Okay, that should be it. Save all and restart this. Always gotta restart. Make an offer of food. Here you see we got a lot of favor and spent some food. Again, we do that. A lot of favor, and we should no longer be able to do that now. Let's confirm. Make an offer of food. We don't have enough food for the offering. Okay. All right. Yeah, that worked. Good water. Spend some favor. We did. Nothing is actually going to happen right now, but ask for a good harvest. Spending favor. So that's the first phase. We're going to commit that part of being able to display the thing. But first we're going to remove no, let's not do that. Okay, so this, yeah, let's remove this can offer, so that it can only be done if we have a temple. Actually, let's test that before doing the commit. So let's build that temple, but we need wood. Let's put all these people to work. Okay, so there's a bug. This needs to be hidden by default. Why is it not hidden? That's interesting. If can offer is probably set to false. Update bar, can offer. Okay, great. So yeah, that is why it was a good idea to do it like a full test, because here we need to change this to set active based on offer button. Okay, and actually this is missing. Offers or offer button doesn't exist here. We need to set it up here, similar way to the way we did with this craft button. We set the offers button and yeah, and need to wire it too to this area info. So we wire it here, offers button, this one, offers button. All right, again testing. Getting some wood from the forest, and then we are going to build the temple. 14 days. Let's put a lot of people to work on this. Next day, we're spending the wood, and we got a temple now, and we can make the offer here. So that works great. We don't have food for the offering. Okay, so that worked. Let's commit that part. So we commit the changes of the area class to support the offers. And looks like this commit is going to be allow making offers in the temple. base support to allow making offers in the temple. We add this. We add the entire new offers panel and the metadata. We add the support to hide and show the offers button and react to clicking on it in the selected area. We add the changes so that, well, this could have been a individual commit before, but that's going to be hard to do with the changes on the prefab. So let's include it here and rename spirit to favor. Okay, spend favor. Ah, crap. I hate when this happens, but there's like three things here. So we add favor to, we're going to need a multi-line commit here. And it's going to be called base support to allow making offers to the temple, but it's going to include, oh crap, what happened there? It's going to include um, rename spirit to favor and add to the model, create panels supporting making offers, or create UI components. Yeah, it includes both things. Okay. And here we also created the alert. Create a basic generic alert message pop-up. We did all that. And here, in here we created these two. Okay, we already put that on the message. And we got these new prefabs for the temple options. All of these go in. This new alert prefab goes in. The new temple options directory and the prefab, not much to check here. And then the changes on the prefabs, which is always the ugly part of Unity, of course. For the area info, we added a new button. It's almost clean here. For the HUD, we renamed the spirit label and stuff. These overrides are probably not good. And we changed some references here. I don't recall what this is, but this is what you have to suffer when you work using Unity. And it's probably more troublesome when you are working in a team project, but for now it will go in. And the changes on main.unity, that is the main class. There's some overrides here, probably unwanted. We got the addition of the new two panels, whatever. Finally, we got these two test sprites we put in. And of course, the new alert panel. So that was pretty big, just this change. So that was completely UI, right? We did not really implement any effect of the favor right now on the gameplay, and that's the next thing we're going to do. We got 7 minutes in this stream to do stuff, so let's at least start that. And this is going to need the introduction of the events system. So Esteban, like he's one of the people working in the project. He has been designing some potential events um, that we could add. And let's see. So we have a bountiful harvest. We got a bad. Uh, so I see that the idea that it has here is that the events are this kind of. I think he mentioned King of the Dragon Pass. Yeah, believe that was it. As an inspiration, where you gotta decide what to do, right? You got like three different um, options, and then you decide what to do. That's good. I believe we're going to go that route. But for now, let's implement like some more basic events, like something bad happening, and you cannot do anything about it, and then having favor play some part on this. Um, that would be like the basic thing, like if you don't sacrifice, if you don't make offers, um, then something bad could happen. And since we're short in time, let's try to do that. So we're going to do something very simple. We're going to check a chance of things going bad. And that's going to happen in the model class. So in the next day, which is kind of the point where we do stuff, we're going to calculate the chance of something bad happening. So let's say a storm. For simplicity, let's start with that. So storm chance is going to be, by default, 10%. But if our favor is under 50, then that chance is greatly increased. But if it's not, even if it's not that low, if it's under 0, it gets a little bit of a chance of happening. Um, let's leave it like that for now. Then I don't think we have this. Let's introduce some basic utility class here. Assets component. So we need to move some stuff around. Let's create a folder for utility. Yeah. And let's put this thing here, rng.cs. And this is going to be a static class rng. And let's put a public bool chance float chance here. And we're going to use initially at least Unity's built-in RNG. I think it's here. I forgot. Probably. I don't know. Let's see. Return RNG. What RNG is this? No. Crap. I always forget. And again, don't feel bad if you don't forget everything. You don't have to forget to remember or have everything in mind. This is just something very simple. Random.range. Yeah. And it inclusive and inclusive. The range is inclusive. So let's do that. And what namespace is it on? Oh, I don't know. Unity Engine, we're fine. We should be fine, yeah. Using Unity Engine. Okay. Random range. Okay, but the problem here is that this class has not compiled. Because we are using, in the setup, we're using what triggers the compilation is the going on the IDE. Don't ask why. Right, so we're going to do random.range. What is the difference? Okay. Between 0 and 100. And if that is lesser than or equal to the chance, we return true. That's a simple chance check. And here we do if rng.chance, some chance, then something bad happened. For now, I'm going to just put something on the model like stormy. For that, we check it to false. And probably we should do something like if it's stormy, then some of the crops will be damaged. I will need more input from Manuel, which is our expert in the music culture aspect, to know like what would be like a good effect here. But for now, I guess I will just make it so that different effects. So for example, harvest that will be close to being I wonder. I think that the main thing here is some crops are going to be damaged. Um, so that's what we need to model. Damage some crops. And that this includes like looking at the current areas and seeing which one of them are farms and what stage they are on, and like make it so that they are damaged. And we can do that afterwards. But for now, let's at least put like something, some visual indication of the weather um, to see to make it show when it's raining. Um, so we're going to do that pretty simple for now. We're going to create a, hold on a second, it's stormy. Let's put that here in the area of the real model things. This is stormy. We are going to put here on the HUD, not on the HUD. Yeah, let's put it on the foreground. Storm layer. And it's just going to be, let's stretch that to cover all the screen. Yeah. And let's put an image here, but it's not going to be an image. It's going to be like a blue thing, semi-transparent blue thing. I don't know, maybe like this one. Yeah. And it's going to be some alpha. Yeah, this is going to be look better in the end result. But for now, let's put this thing. And we're also going to put some thing of weather here in the stats. So that's the storm layer. We're going to be toggling it if there's some storm. And we're also going to need to update the HUD, the stats in the HUD. Actually, we are on play mode here. So let's copy this and let's paste it back here. Okay. And in the HUD, we're going to add that to the stats. So in here, let's go to the stats. Let's add a weather thing here. Food label and food value. What happened there? Weather label. This is probably going to be replaced with some icons. Probably, hopefully, in the future. Let's rename this to weather. And in here we put clear. This is not a number, it's a description of the weather. For the HUD, we're going to need to increase this image so that it covers this. What else? Okay, we need to actually make that update. So we go to the stats panel. We add the text for the weather. And update from model is going to check that too. Text is going to be, is it stormy? Then stormy. If not, it's clear. For now, it's pretty simple. What did I do? Okay, wrap here. Okay. Um, that should be it, I guess, to display. All right, but not sure if we should do it here. Let me think about that. So update for model is called from several places. I believe we should like condense that into a single call. Update stats in the model. That is actually, that should also update the HUD, not just the stats. And then we should also check for this mask, this storm mask, or the animation that is going to wind up there. The stats panel dot update from model. So we're going to add a new method here, update UI. And in here we're going to call this. So is it being called here? Yeah. So these things would call update UI instead of calling that directly. And in here, update stats is going to be actually renamed to update UI. And I do this because we also need to, and in here we can call this update UI directly. So we kind of refactor this to reduce the call. So update from model is not going to be called, sorry, the the this function update from model from the stats panel is only going to be called by update UI, and then we all the places that referenced that were replaced to for update UI. And that I did that so that we can also call something here like storm mask game object. Not really, because it's going to be a game object. We can call directly set active as model dot is stormy. Storm mask is going to be just a game object. And what is missing here? Update stats, not update stats, update UI. We're going to call that afterwards. So the important part is that every time we simulate the next day, then we update the UI. And that is going to make it so that sometimes it's going to be stormy. Then we need to hook stuff here. Weather label is, we're missing hooking that. So we hook that weather value actually here. And the other thing we need to wire is this storm layer to the model hook, storm mask. It's going here. Let's see how it works. Okay, so let's just keep making the days go by and see if it rains someday. So it's raining today, but not today. And as you see, it gets easier if our favor goes down. It's more likely to rain. I believe I could also create like sequences, so kind of simulating stormy seasons, right? So that if it's raining today, then it may be more likely for it to rain tomorrow as well, unless you ask the gods to stop the damn rainy season from destroying your crops. So yeah, we still need to implement a lot of stuff here. We need to do the txt. Let's put that here. We need to implement effect of the storms in the crops. We need to implement effect of praying for to stop bad weather, and implement the effect for better harvest some way. But I believe that will be it for today. We're just going to commit the changes, so every small change. Sometimes some refactors sneak in, which is good, and then make things a little bit bigger. So in here, what we did was we first steps to implement the stormy weather uh, based on favor, or actually affected by favor, chance affected by favor, with a chance for it affected by favor. Um, okay. We're going to include the to-do file on this commit because it's related to it. Change changes on the HUD prefab, including oh, okay, so yeah, mostly adding the new weather label and the effects that it had. Again, I will not worry a lot about the changes on the main Unity. We already split some stuff on prefabs to prevent like a lot of changes to that from being needed on every commit. Utility class, and that's it. I believe all these files were changed when I changed the target of the project to HTML5 WebGL. So here they are. Push this to the repo, and I believe that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you found this interesting or if you have any questions, just don't hesitate to contact me on Twitter. And have a good day.